If you're a military homeowner getting ready for a PCS, one of the biggest questions you may be asking right now is, should you try to sell your home yourself and save the commission, or should you hire a professional realtor to handle the sale for you? And honestly, this is one of those conversations that deserves more realistic answers than what you usually hear online. Because for some military sellers, especially if you bought your home in the last 2 to 3 years, using a VA loan with little or no money down, selling your home yourself might actually make sense. But for others, trying to do it alone can create more stress, more risk, and sometimes even cost more money in the long run. So today, I want to walk you through the real costs of selling your home on your own versus hiring a professional real estate agent here in Colorado Springs, especially if timing, equity, and PCS pressure are all part of the equation. By the end of this video, you should have a much clearer understanding of what you're actually paying for, where sellers get caught off guard, and which path may fit your situation better. One of the biggest mistakes military sellers make is assuming this is only about commission. It's not. It's really about your total situation, your timeline, your equity position, your stress tolerance, your pricing strategy, your ability to market the property, and your ability to actually get the home sold before your report date shows up. Because PCS timing changes everything. Now let's start with the reality a lot of military homeowners are facing right now. If you bought your home in 2023 or 2024 or even 2025 with a VA loan with little to no money down, there's a chance your equity position may not be very strong yet. And that matters because when you sell a home, there are real costs involved. Closing costs, potential buyer concessions, title fees, taxes, repairs, possible mortgage payoff differences, and yes, potentially commissions if you hire agents. So if your equity is thin, you may be looking at the numbers and realizing, if I pay full commissions and selling costs, I may walk away with very little. That's a completely valid concern. And honestly, for some people, trying for a sale by owner strategy first can absolutely be something worth exploring, especially if you're not under immediate PCS pressure. You already have buyers potentially interested, you have flexibility with timing, or you simply want to attempt saving money before hiring professional help. There's nothing wrong with exploring this option, but this is where people also need to understand what they are personally taking on when they decide to sell without professional representation. Because the moment you become a for sale by owner seller, you also become the marketer, the negotiator, the scheduler, the coordinator, pricing strategist, showing assistant, paperwork manager, and problem solver. And a lot of sellers underestimate how much work that actually is. Let's break down what a professional realtor is typically doing behind the scenes. A strong listing strategy today is much more than just putting a sign in the yard and posting your house online. Professional agents are usually investing heavily into exposure. That can include professional photography, floor plans, virtual tours, drone and aerial photography, YouTube video marketing, Instagram marketing, Facebook marketing, TikTok exposure, email marketing to buyer databases, professional open houses, coordination with local realtors through the MLS and the Board of Realtors, direct communication with pre-qualified buyers already shopping in your price range, and all of that matters because exposure creates opportunity. The more qualified buyers who see your home, the greater the likelihood of generating stronger offers and getting the property sold faster. And for military families, speed and certainty matter. Because if your report date is approaching, the last thing you want is a home sitting on the market while you're trying to relocate your family across the country. Now, before we go further, this is usually the point where people start asking, okay, but what does all of this actually cost me? And that's the right question. If this raises questions about your situation, there's a link in the description where you can get clarity or ask us directly, because every military seller's timeline, equity position, and goals are different. Now let's talk about the cost most people see on a seller net sheet. And I want to keep this simple and realistic. Traditionally, many sellers might see something structured like 3% for the listing side and maybe 3% toward the buyer side. Now, commissions are negotiable. That's important to understand. Every agent structures services differently, and those conversations are private discussions between you and the realtor you choose to work with. But for educational purposes, using 3% and 3% gives us a clean example. So on a $450,000 home, that could represent around $27,000 total in commissions if structured that way. And immediately people think, there's no way I want to spend with that. Completely understandable. But here's where the conversation needs more context, because the real question becomes, what are you receiving in exchange for that marketing and representation investment? If a professional agent helps your home sell faster at a stronger price, with fewer mistakes, with smoother negotiations, and with better buyer exposure, then the math changes, especially when holding costs continue stacking up. Mortgage payments, utilities, insurance, maintenance, potential price reductions, and the stress of carrying two houses during a PCS move. Sometimes saving commission absolutely works out. Sometimes it ends up costing more than people expect. And this is where timing becomes critical. If you have plenty of time and flexibility, attempting a for sale by owner strategy first may be perfectly reasonable. But if you have hard military timelines, limited equity, or uncertainty about pricing and marketing, professional guidance becomes much more valuable. Now, another thing sellers often underestimate is buyer psychology. When buyers see a professionally marketed home with strong presentation, clean photography, organized showings, and clear communication, they tend to feel more confident. Confidence increases offers, confidence increases activity, confidence helps homes move faster. On the flip side, poorly marketed homes can sometimes create hesitation, even if the property itself is great. Now let's talk about something else that surprises sellers. Not every for sale by owner actually saves money. And that's because many still end up offering compensation to buyer's agents in order to attract qualified buyers. Plus, some sellers eventually hire an agent after sitting on the market too long, which means they lost valuable time first. And for military sellers, time is usually the one thing you do not have extra of. Now, let's look at some national statistics, because this part matters. According to research from the National Association of Realtors, homes sold with assistance of a real estate agent historically sell at significantly higher than homes sold for sale by owner. For sale by owner homes also represent a much smaller percentage of the total successful home sales nationally each year. And many for sale by owner sellers eventually report the process being more difficult, time-consuming, and stressful than expected. Now, does that mean for sale by owner never works? Absolutely not. Some sellers do a great job. Some sellers save money. Some sellers already have buyers lined up, and some situations genuinely fit that approach well. But the reality is, most homeowners underestimate how much coordination, negotiation, and marketing happens behind the scenes during a successful sale, especially in a market where buyers have more options and expectations continue to rise. So how do you know which path is right for you? Here's the simplest way. If your top priority is maximizing exposure, increasing certainty, reducing stress, and improving the likelihood of selling within a specific timeline, professional representation usually makes a lot of sense. If your top priority is attempting to reduce expenses, you have a timeline that is very flexible, and you're comfortable managing the process yourself. Exploring for sale by owner could be worth considering. Neither choice is automatically right or wrong. It depends on your situation, your timeline, your equity, your stress tolerance, and your confidence handling the process, especially here in Colorado Springs, where military moves happen constantly and timing windows can close quickly. At the end of the day, the goal isn't just listing the home. The goal is actually getting the home sold in a way that supports your next chapter financially and logistically. And that's the part people sometimes forget. If this was helpful, make sure to like and subscribe so you don't miss future videos, and check out this next video. It builds on what we just talked about and will help you take the next step.